gonna disconnect the remake. What do you want to happen in this game?
In all honesty, for seeing who is going to win TI4, stop MYM.
Okay, Andy?
I just want a good game. That's it. One way or the other, I just can't tell who's going to stomp who.
Wow.
I just want it to be close.
You're a politician, man. That's like a cop.
No, I don't actually care who wins. That's the thing.
It's going to.
I'm not saying it's going to be a good game. I say I want it to be a good game.
I want Cloud9 to pick Bear and show us how it's actually meant to be done.
That's perfect. We couldn't ask for anything more than that. So, having said that, let's go into the game. Guys, it's all yours.
Amazing.
Is it
amazing?
ours?
Now, behind the scenes, for those who don't know. That's it.
Why? Please tell me
There's
why.
nothing to see here. No. But it's MYM versus Cloud9, first game of the day. I honestly have no idea what to expect, especially after watching yesterday's performance of Cloud9.
I expect a Wisp pick out of Cloud9 or Earthshaker.
A Wisp?
Because Wisp.
Why? Why Wisp?
Because every time Cloud9 gives away a Batrider, they use the relocate combo from Wisp to basically save whoever that needs to get saved.
Okay.
So they're very comfortable playing against Batrider. They have Earthshaker to deal with it as well, as we saw Pilot that when he's not missing fissures, which I don't know how it's possibly done. Maybe we need like 2 more 100 range buffs.
No, it needs to be like a bigger width, right?
Okay.
I think
It needs to be
he
thicker.
played pretty rough yesterday. More girth.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it's definitely important. So yesterday he didn't play the greatest, but I think it was last week.
I think it was.
The opening match, he like wrecked on Earthshaker.
Yeah?
So maybe he was just having a bad day. Maybe, you know.
That happens?
It definitely does. Get up out of bed wrong side. All of a sudden, Dota's not so good.
What if you always get out of the bed on the same side?
Well, then all of a sudden, you're like rolling into a wall. It's like...
No, I roll off the bed. That's the thing. Because I always sleep on like the side that's closest to the desk, which is away from the wall.
Maybe that's why you always have bad days.
All right. Honestly, I have a
Bullshit.
cultural question here because I never understood this. Put the bed against one of the walls,
Okay.
and then there's some bedrooms where you put the bed like in the middle of the room. Is that because you have a bigger room and more space to work
10
with?
seconds remaining.
Like
you
more
say-
of a culture thing. Like
I
I see
don't
more
know.
Americans do like the middle of the room thing.
I've never had a bed in the middle of the room before.
No?
Okay, here's the thing. If you have someone sleeping with you, it makes sense to have a bed in the middle of the room.
because you
Because
have two-
anyone can live without waking the other up.
Oh, okay.
If your bed is next to the wall, when whoever is next to the wall, if he has to wake up...
They gotta
to
be a
wake-
he.
Well, because I normally like to sleep on the side of the wall. And you wake her up.
You were talking about yourself in the third person, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to
I sleep on the side of the wall. It's
No,
more
it's
comfortable.
fine.
Protection.
10 seconds.
Have you ever
10
fell from a bed?
seconds remaining.
It's not nice sleeping and falling from a bed.
I always have it like wake up and feel like
Yeah,
you're falling
I do
Yeah.
too.
and you're like panic, and then you throw your hands up in the air as if that was actually going to help you if you were really falling out of your bed. Like your first instinct is just throw. No, you're going backwards. Whatever, man. I think maybe Dota's happening at some point.
Yeah, you know,
Seems like it.
first 2 picks, like Andy says, can't really tell what's going on.
Well, I mean, you can a little bit. It's just a lot of it's theorizing.
Yeah.
It's Dota Theorycraft 102, I guess.
What happened to 101?
Well, 101 is like
We don't talk about that.
101 is the beginner. It's the crash course.
Okay.
102 and 103 are like intermediate or advanced.
The next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What would you say I'm on? What book?
Maybe like 101 and a half.
Nice.
Okay,
You're not quite like brand new to the game, but
all right. Andy, if you're running a Dota school, right?
10
Okay.
You're the
seconds
principal,
remaining.
and you're hiring teachers, and you have 3 courses.
I'm the dean, but yeah.
Sure.
The enforcer.
But you're tasked to hire teachers for the course of Dota 101 Theorycraft, 102 Theorycraft, and 103 Theorycraft,
Theorycraft, huh?
or whatever you call this thing.
Right. Okay.
So who would you hire and why?
I can't say who I would hire, but to go into why would be a very long
Okay,
segment.
all right, just
I'd hire
who
I'd hire Puppy for sure. Fucking mad.
for 101, 102, or 103? Like,
Oh,
I gotta label
those two.
it, yeah.
Okay, so if I was going to do 101,
Yeah.
man, that's actually hard. Like, who would I actually hire for the beginner course? Purge.
Damn,
Welcome to Dota.
you suck.
You suck.
That's a good way to start.
Okay.
He just plays that.
Valiant team pick.
2, I think would probably be fucking mad, and then
Okay.
103 would be Puppy.
All right. Now, is the 102 course more about like the mind game strategy where you remake?
No,
or
my
say
mind
you're
game's
scouting
all
for a
103.
Roche?
Mind game's like all 103. 102
Okay.
is like you start getting more into lane. Are good at what point in the game,
Okay.
when you have like an opportunity to win and when you should push. But 101 is just like, oh yeah, these heroes do this. This is when you pick this. And
Yeah, stacking camps and stuff.
5
Yeah.
seconds.
Let's make it happen.
I can't wait for that class. I really need it.
by the way, Shane, I heard you play a pretty sick Bat Rider.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at it. Yeah.
We were playing the other day and we were queuing together. Of pro players for some reason, because that just happens when you're playing like
With
non-ranked.
me.
Yeah,
With
with
me.
Shane and that team.
You can't have a 4-stack nowadays.
No, and non-ranked you can,
Oh, okay.
but in ranked you can't. So we got into a game, and I didn't know it at the time, but they all had like 90 and 95% win rates over like 300 games.
Yeah.
And they were 4-stack, and I was like, man, Shane is doing really bad this game.
First of all,
he was like 1-9.
I was out drinking like all the night before, and I got home at like 5 p.m. I was like, right, I'm gonna play a few games Dota, and it's gonna be fine. And first game played Lycan in the jungle. No one was battering me. It was amazing. Second game, I'm like, Andy, I really want to go in the jungle and bat Ryla because wasn't able to actually play against people. And then he's like, no, Shane, it'll be fine. Go mid. Bat Ryla's really good at mid. I was like, grand. Oh god, it wasn't grand at all.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
10 seconds.
It was like super
10
bad.
seconds
Okay, so
remaining.
let's talk a little bit about the draft at hand. We got MYM going with, I would say, a pretty damn greedy lineup, if I'm being frank. I mean,
What's greedy about this?
well, Nature's Prophet and Rubik together, you have a team that is
Team pick.
gonna have to wait for the Bat Rider to get a blink to have any initiation potential, so your laning at best is weak.
Okay.
At least right now. Now, we don't know where the Bat's going. Could potentially be mid, could be off lane, could be jungle, don't know. We'll have to wait until at least we see the 4th pick to really decide for sure. We don't know what carry they're going, but we know that Cloud9 has two things. They have a lot of fighting potential, and they have the capability of stopping rats. I mean, just having Naga Siren
10
Song and having a
10
Mirana
seconds
with
remaining.
Moonlight Shadow, you can actually still gank and a Clockwork on top of that.
Yep.
They have multiple avenues to stop that hero from doing his work already, and I feel like their lanes are just innately better.
Yep.
So I feel like MYM are currently just out-drafted right.
Cloud9, it always comes down to who's actually going to go mid. Envy has been taking the mid lane a lot lately, and it looks like he's going to be playing Shadow Fiend because we know since he's going to be playing that Mirana. Clockwork is going to be handled by Bone 7, so this is either going to be a Pi Naga or a AUI Naga. I'm still thinking the Wisp pick will come out. It looks like Vengeful Spirit is going to be coming out, so perhaps a little bit of a defensive measure to go against the Clockwork Cogs. But we haven't seen Venge much as a support, like mostly
5 seconds remaining.
like Rubik, Dazzle, Ancient Apparition. What do you feel like this hero is at in the metagame? Is there even a reason to pick her? Because honestly, I'm not sure if there is.
Necessity for a team like MYM now, just because they lack so much damage that when you have a team where the majority of your damage is going to be coming through right clicks, unless Rubik gets like a decent spell distill or something like that, having damage aura is pretty helpful, especially when you're trying to push.
10 seconds
Isolate heroes, maybe go for
remaining.
kills, but after that fact, up until they took the Venge, they still didn't have great push. Nature's Prophet is often thought of as a really good pusher, but it's actually not true. He's not good as a pusher until he gets like 2 or 3 items, and in the meantime, he's just trying to make base on the map. So I think it's an okay pick-in situation, a relatively weak and the Venge together. Depending on what their last pick is, maybe they're going to go like, well, Luna's banned, so they can't go that. That would have been my first choice. But heck,
Gyrocopter, perhaps?
maybe a Gyro, a hero who has high damage.
Nature's Prophet and Bat Rider are cores in their own right, but most of the damage, like you say, is going to be coming from this one last pick.
The last time we saw Meteor Makers, they actually played Vengeful Spirit as a semi-carry and bought Manta style on it.
Oh, that's right. No, that was Team Dog.
No, it was...
It was Miz. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's right. It was Team Dog.
yeah, it was Team Dog. But do you think we'll see it in the same way, or is it definitely going to be... Yeah.
A carry Avenge is interesting because when you pick a ranged carry, the whole purpose of the hero is to make sure that you can stay kind of on the outskirts of the fight, very similar to what Mirana does as a carry. You don't really... you're going to be killed. Like you been like Sing Off does to make sure you get double Starstorm procs and things like that for kills. But as a Venge, you kind of really put yourself in danger if you want to try to aggressively swap. I suppose you could swap yourself out of cogs if they go on you, but that's pretty much it. I don't feel like a carry Venge is really going to be that effective, especially when they already have an SF and a Mirana on Cloud9, who are 2 heroes, are 600 range already. Like, it's just hard to have good uptime on your autos when other heroes just flat out range you.
Yeah, and most carry heroes that are range, even if they have short range like Morphling or Gyrocopter, they have some ways to actually extend that range, like for Flat Cannon or Waveform to get around. Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, and very slow and whatever. And Cloud9's gonna actually go with the Crystal Maiden. So normally what we see out of Cloud9 Dota is just like 10 minutes of farming in their lanes and doing nothing.
This is a gaming lineup.
Yeah, this lineup actually does stuff early on. So I don't know how exactly they're gonna lane this. I think Mirana mid probably the best way to go and put Shadow Fiend safely. But
you could do an offensive tri lane as well with Naga on Crystal Maiden.
Sure.
5 seconds remaining.
Mid to Mirana, I think.
Okay.
It would be a crazy hard lane to stop, but my question is, why would you do an aggressive tri-lane right now? We don't know what you're trying to shut down. Like, that's the thing. If you could be greedier with it and you can do a 2-2-1, you get more out of that than you would putting an aggressive tri-lane just out there. So I'm leaning more towards the SF safe lanes, and the Mirana goes mid, and then Clockwork off lane. You could still potentially dual roam with that, and no matter what lane you go to, there's an opportunity for a kill, because VS and Rubik and Natus Prof all very susceptible to early game roaming if you manage to catch out as supports. And if I'm a Crystal Maiden Naga versus a Rubik Vet, Cloud9 side, even if you happen to run into each other when you're smoked. So I feel as though MYM could run into a little bit of problems here.
What do you think of Nature's Prophet mid? I've seen a few teams do it. Like,
oh. It is a carry venge.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
Called it, Shane.
I really didn't think they would, but this is a very, very early game push. They're just going to go with Nature's Prophet, Shen, try to mow down towers, is my guess.
Yeah, with the...
And Ace is also kind of the farming role as well, I guess.
So when we say carry venge, we don't mean like, hey, Mantis out, Desolator, Butterfly, that kind of style. It's more like we're going to get
farm.
A lot of aura, a lot of levels, maybe level 11, and just go with... Is that the playstyle that we expect?
That is my assumption. Okay. My concern, though, is that with a team like this that relies so heavily on just having like the Treants in front, the Chen creeps in front to tank all the damage, because let's be honest, none of their heroes absorb damage well, like individually. You have a Flare, Triple Raise, Nova, Starstorm, and Riptide. There is a ridiculous amount of counter push on the side of Cloud9. How are they going to actually get an early game push that's devastating enough to actually take an hour? That's
we saw it yesterday with Fata on Shadow Fiend when like they couldn't push into the base. With the,
and that was just an SF.
Yeah.
The rest of the team basically had no counter push to speak of. So my concern for MYM is, how do you plan on taking these early game towers? You're going to have to go like less than 2 minutes in, you know, like really right away.
Well, we'll see how MYM is going to show us during that. Cloud9 roaming into the enemy jungle. In terms of way that they itemize, I've noticed that Pwn 7 actually has say 250 gold.
The bot rush, is it?
Yeah, well, or the boots rush. If you're in off lane, it's actually good to save a bit of early gold if you think you can get away with that.
Are you really scared though of like Rubik Venge? It's not too scary as a combo, like I don't think.
Well, Rubik Venge when Chen creeps coming out.
Yeah, with the Chen.
You would die to that, like really easily. The thing about SF is like he's obviously very, very low HP, and if you get ganked by like any stun as SF and you're not, like he doesn't really get away from stuff like that. So I really want to know, like, with the farm that they're getting, are they going to plan on going just Chen mech still? Are they going to go like Medallion or something on VS to maybe go for an early Roche, because that's also an option for them? I don't know. I mean,
I don't think you actually need the Medallion. You could just with Terror and Treants.
Yeah, sure. We saw it with the exact same combination. Remember Chen and Vengeful Spirit?
That was from Team Dog.
Yeah, Team Dog.
But they did get a Medallion just to speed things up. Yeah.
They just ninjaed into Roshan. No one else disappeared off the map. Came in right at the end. It was Death Prophet.
Yeah, it was like 10% HP when he came in, and they still kind of needed him. So,
whoa.
So we'll be coming back here in just a second. Looks like we had somebody reconnect to the game. I think it was, it was Pylai Die.
Good thing that we're not showing this on the screen.
There's some BM going on in the game.
Just a little bit.
But
I think one of Envy's waifu got flamed by Mini, so...
Oh, really?
Real shit that just happened. I don't know.
It's the real world Dota edition right now.
One of his waifu.
Waifu.
Does he have numerous?
You know. All wizards do.
Okay.
Is he a wizard?
I don't know.
He used to play the wizard a lot. I don't know, but Bruno.
It's an anime term, isn't it? Wizard.
Yeah, we'll let the viewers figure it out themselves.
Well played. So it's live right now from Cloud9 inside of MYM's jungle. At level 1 potential, clearly Cloud9 have the advantage. Like, not even a question.
Yeah, they're gonna just drop down a couple wards to actually.
30 seconds to battle.
Man, that other observer is such a pain to deal with, the one in the medium.
He's kind of observer where it's just like, I don't have a clue where they are when I'm...
Yeah.
You just see it so little.
No.
No. Like, you see it so little in competitive games. It's not like the same river wards we see all the time. And Mini's going to go for it. He is going to miss completely.
He misses both of them, actually.
Yeah. Sad lives.
That new Sentry Ward range is like...
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a bummer. And this is another reason why I was a little surprised at the Chen pick. Because for, what, told you can just say you're not doing anything?
Yeah.
And you have to come to our jungle if you want to try to make anything happen, which is a huge bummer. So, yeah, I'm not entirely... plans to play this out. They're gonna be getting farm on Unicorn, but it's a VS. Heck, this lane can't even zone a Clockwork. I think Bone7's gonna get a lot top and mid. Exist is gonna be chased down by Owie here, but he has level 1 Riptide.
We saw this yesterday again. The people not learning net level 1.
Well, I mean, obviously, even if you got net, there was no way they were going to get the kill with one Shadow. Yeah. So I think Riptide's actually much better. You just Riptide Exist and just zone him out.
You can miss a quick.
Maybe with a magic snake right level 1. Like, they completely predict these things. Feeling pretty happy how to go.
And the cool thing is for Cloud9 is they have essentially their call. Like, they have to worry about anything. Sure, Ace might get a little bit. As Pilot totally out of balance in the player, so that's a little...
He went for a Frostbite into Aerocom. I think Nova would have been a little bit more effective. So would just be should be okay.
A lot of this game is honestly going to be on Exist. Like, what can he really bring? Can he get a quick blink? Can he help gank lanes? Because MYM are definitely going to need it. And Bone7 gets a double.
That was amazing.
Max on Envy in the mid lane. He does have 10 magic wands, turning around to Raze. I think Envy's going to be giving up first blood, trying to run away, but there's a magic stick proc. The Raze is going to miss Envy. There's no Yafets in this, and he is going to get a return kill, mostly thanks to the tower. Well, it's like you said, Exist have to play big, and there's a first blood for him.
How do you let yourself get to 9 stacks?
I don't know.
Like, Envy's best player in the world, guys.
9? Like, just turn around for like 10 seconds.
He must have had gold to buy his bottle as well, and he didn't.
And the second... Invisibility! A bit of time, like in the first wave, zoning Exists specifically so you could get a couple of souls. And, you know, wasn't great.
Oh. That Chen creep giving Bone7 a bit
sometimes about Envy.
Bit of jip.
It dove.
We usually see Owie play Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. Maybe they just want to switch it up, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
So this is something I want to ask for you guys mid players out there. When you're up against Batrider or Shadow Queen, especially right after he died, I think isn't Boots of Speed perhaps a little bit more of a safer item?
But the thing about Seth is, when you get to 5, you can actually just
constantly
push the wave so hard, right, that he can't really go on you, unless he wants to go on you getting hit by the tower the whole time.
Yeah.
So
I think the game plan with Shadowfiend is just nuke down the whole wave and stack creeps in the jungle.
Yeah, pretty much. The thing about it is, it accomplishes 2 things. Spamming the wave not only makes it so Exist can't really go on Envy, but it also makes it so you actually have time to do that stacking. Like, if you double raise and you kill the wave immediately, then you have plenty of time to go back.
He's actually controlling lane quite well despite that first blood, and he is going to be going to jungle to clear things up. So, I mean, I don't think Exist is going to get you a 8-minute Blink Dagger, which is something I feel like he needs to do this game to kind of take his team. Because it goes back to your question, what is exactly MYM going to do come 10-15 minutes when they're trying to push into a mad amount of AoE?
Time, like just getting anything, really. Unicorn's going to have to make some ridiculous plays. Exist is pretty much going to have to do the same. A lot. I mean, he's almost level 3 in the off lane, and
it's kind of hard to make plays on Vengeful Spirit and heroes like that because you don't have a lot of kind of maneuverability, or it's hard to like outplay your opponent to a ridiculous extent.
Yeah,
you're so like slow and.
Mid, both players trying to push out the wave, but Bone7's sing top, so they know the rune's bottom, and it's going to be a DD. So. If Envy wants to, he can get it, but he's
bottle crowing.
Crowing, yeah. But they don't have Flying Courier, and it's 4 minutes in. Really weird.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Oh, there we go. Just got upgraded.
Is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
MYM needs to push early, but in fact, it's going to be Cloud9 that's going to initiate push. Batrider is going to come around, and that's going to be pretty ugly if they can catch one of these supports.
He's not level 6.
He needs to be careful, though. He can't go in by himself. Yeah, there's no way. He'll just die, because he'll get netted into Frostbite into Arrow. He won't be able to do anything.
Yeah, I guess Ace can't really give assistance with what level 1 treants. It's Cloud9 that's getting whatever they want. They're going to get a little bit of damage on the tier 1 up top. Lift is already used, and there comes that early game push. I'm surprised at Unicorns taking points in Magic Missile. The scaling is not exactly too great, especially when you're running the early or a Wave of Terror.
I think Wave of Terror is a good invented Sora at this stage again.
I mean, if you just want your creep to do more damage and on this tower right now, I think taking more Vengeance Aura is better. But obviously for fighting, I guess.
And for nuking creep wave.
If you want to nuke them for any damage at the post.
Yeah. Well, I think, honestly, like, this build is okay, but it kind of says that he might want to be more active after they get that tier 1 down. The irony is, Cloud9 are pushing just as fast, if not faster. They've gotten the tier 2 of MYM's off lane down 2.5 minutes into the game, and like we were mentioning, there is no counter push on MYM, so all they can do is send Crit down here who can fade bolt the wave, but that's it. Like, Ace can't stop this. All he can do is treants to try to pull it off, and Crit might just be going down here. He's gonna get dove under the tower, lift, mid leap, double TP's coming in. Unicorn probably gonna be able to get a kill on Saint. Crit's still alive. They managed to turn 1. Now they have their eyes set up. Highlight die. Flame break doesn't land, but
Shit.
I mean, a little bit lucky for Crit because the double Starstorm proc did not go on him. It actually went on somebody else. And like you said, the Adventure Spirit taking in the Magic Missile has to be active early. So as an early game teleport scroll, well, there you go. That nuke damage definitely secured double kill.
The area of effect for the double Starstorm is actually kind of small, though. Like, you need to be, like, right beside them.
Yeah. That's why so often we see Sing like aggressively leap in, just to make sure that he can get that bonus damage. And Aoi, maybe looking to set something up on Unicorn. Arrow lands, going to be a full 5 seconds. Here comes the Starstorm. This time it will land double on the hero. Nice net right after the stun wears off, but they still don't have enough damage. Unicorn's still alive. 13 health. 13 health. The casual belt of strength keeps him alive. About your all-time backfires.
Look at the base armor on Venge. That's something that we don't talk about too much because we see her mostly as a support and an underlevel.
Going down in the middle lane. Flame break stops the other raise. Are you kidding me? Is he really not going to go down? Envy. He gets lift crit. My flank raise might have overcommitted to this a little bit too much, and they will get a return on crit. Finally, it's still 2-5 in favor of MYM.
Needs these kind of start because we just talked about how their lineup is. And
are they going like Necro books? Like, are they getting like?
I mean, the Venture's definitely going Necro books. She had a Bell of Giant Strength after a phase boost, so yeah, it's going to be an early game push, and these kind of start really help. I also think that they need to gank Envy one more time in the middle lane, push down that T1, and start looking to Roche because this lineup can clean down Roche very quickly. Yeah, exists also, by the way, TP to the mid lane and then hit the Blink Dagger in the trees. That's so next level because it's going to allow Envy to say, hey, there's no Blink available yet, but he's going to put the Blink back up
and smoke
and go for the kill. Okay, now he just goes in the wave.
Okay. No, it's nighttime.
Well, it's nighttime, yeah, they can't see him still.
Alright,
yep, lasso, and rest in peace, my friend.
Beautiful.
Well, he's going to be able to work with it. And Crit takes a little bit damage. Gets the kill with the second Requiem from his death, and top they also find Mini in the woods. 1-7 and Pylai die, take him down, so now they're trying to cut him off.
They're dead. Pie's definitely dead.
Pie's dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if 1-7's gonna die. Wait, why did he turn around? Oh, there we go. Blink forward. Magic Missile gets the kill. Does a ton of damage.
So much damage.
It does 325 at max rank. Does an insane amount of damage. So MYM scrapping it.
I think the key factor in these kind of engagement is that Bone 7 hasn't really joined it. It seems like he has used his click shot. I'm not sure whether he actually got a kill earlier with it. But
he seems to have struggled in the top lane a little bit.
He was level 3 when the tier 1 tower went down, and he was able to catch up because of that. But I feel like in a lot of these engagement, if Clockwork is in the middle against like a Venge and a Bat Rider, it really makes it difficult for those heroes to engage properly. So I need to see Bone 7 do a lot more.
Going aggressive here. Doesn't have lasso just yet. Flame break knocks Envy to the side. Here comes the potential of that. But the swap animation too fast. Unicorn gets a stun on Aoi after the swap. Here comes the Moonlight Show. Sentry drop right away. Ace Knight Sprout. After Aoi goes down, they want to try to kill Envy, but they just don't have the damage. Frostbite on the crit. Flare following that up. Not enough damage. Shot to the creeps. Bone Sense a little bit off. Flame break knocks him forward. Anyone? That was honestly like a really not great hook from Bone.
Yeah, I mean, for all it was where M committed a lot of players on mid lane, so did Cloud9. Which is, you know, alright, not too big.
Is Devin going for Blade Mail?
Yeah. Blade Mail is very good in these types of situations because you can just stand on Bat Rider's fire. Actually, pretty much, you know, he's got level 3 Firefly right now, so it's not too bad.
When looks at you with the
swap a teammate in and say see you later.
I mean, I guess that is the proper response, but it's not a good one.
Swap Rubik in, you can try outside.
Yeah, wow.
Well, it's like super next level, man. Comes up for Envy. It's going to be really troublesome for MYM. Granted, they've had a spectacular early game. Like, given their lineup, I think they got a lot more than they should have.
I don't think he's going for Gibby.
They got 2 kills in Sing.
He's going to go for something like Midas.
It's a blink.
God, please don't make a Midas.
I mean, it's Envy.
Buying a Midas is actually would keep MYM in the game. I
Midas,
think they're gonna find Sing.
Ooh, the
leap lasso! It's 2 times in a row that he's gotten stopped mid-leap. Oh yeah. Going to be able to hold 2 in place. Teleport coming in. Yeah, Envy's coming in. Sing throwing out the arrow, lands on Exist. Not going to see a lasso. Crit though doing quite a bit of damage. The hook shot from Bone 7 secures the kill on Crit. Raise from Envy kills Exist, and now Unicorn. He is not in his happy place. Nice swap though. Gets himself a little bit farther away. Net from Owie. And Unicorn's going to be dropping as well, so there's the 3-hero turnaround. Boneson picks himself up in double, and it is a Midas. Unbelievable.
Again,
it's
if the Clockwork gets in these engagements and does it properly, it is so backbreaking for MYM, because they just don't have enough nuking power to clean him up, and if you're trying to run away from Clockwork, you're not in good places.
We haven't really seen much from Jen this game. He's been kind of quiet.
Well, he got his camps. But he's almost got a mech at least. But it's 11 minutes in, like, it's a late mech. He just didn't really have a good time in the jungle.
I mean, he was able to push down tier 1 tower, so it's...
By the way, just look at the last hits right now. Like, the difference between the highest and the second highest. Envy has 91, next highest 45.
I mean, for all of the flame against Envy, he's 4-2-1 with Bat Rider constantly visiting. I personally still don't agree with the Hannah Midas, but, you know...
Not going to get pushed down because they have only lost 1 tower, and it was an offlane tower, and Cloud9 have killed more towers.
Confidence or being delusional, you know, whatever you call it.
Same thing. Yeah. I mean, it just depends how confident you are.
Right. I guess. Here comes that tier 1 push that we look for, but here's a Nova. The Riptide's going to... No, the Riptide gets blown up. It should have forward.
You are going to go, man. What? Fight continues. Ace going to be the first one to go down. 1-7 gets that kill. Sing also managed to secure Mini. Now they're going to continue to chase down Brit. Blink pick in from Exist. He finds Envy with the lasso. Pilot Eye's going to be dropping inside of the Firefly as well. Unicorn with a double. He swaps Sing. He wants a triple. Is he going to get it? He will, in fact. And they managed to turn that, I would honestly say, disaster of initiation into a triple kill.
I don't know how, to be honest.
Was Blade Mail not delivered on him? Did he not activate it? Because I see it in his inventory right now.
I don't know. I don't think he used it. I could be wrong. There was a lot going on in that fight. 6-1, by the way.
He's excellent chemistry, by the way, Andy. I'm just...
I looked at you and I thought you were going to take it. I'm like, all right, man, do your thing.
And I heard your voice. I was like, Andy's got this.
We think alike, man.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, in any case, after that team fight, what went wrong there? Was it because they didn't have Psalm to disengage, or Cloud9 died too deep? Was that the Midas going wrong?
Well, I think if he didn't have Midas, he actually would have
had Ogre Claw up if he was actually like.
Well, he would have been really damn close to EKB because Midas is 2050, and he has 1100 right now, even after his death. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
He might have actually been very close to BKB. I don't know if he would have quite had it, but he for sure would have had the HP item. Would that have won in the fight? I don't know.
And I mean, for what it's worth, Cloud9 actually did not lose the tier 1 tower, so I'd for MYM, sure, getting like 2-3 kills is nice, but you need to get towers and you need to get high ground, and I don't think they're very close to doing that. So if this game gets run out, Shadow Fiend and Mirana would definitely outcarry the Scrappy Venge and I guess Nature's Prophet.
Do you think he's going to go Hunt Midas? Because I don't think so. Or yeah, BKB even. I don't think Shadow Fiend's going to get BKB.
I mean, he has to this game. Like, sure, you get Lasso and sit down, but...
Well, why hasn't he bought the part yet?
I don't know. He might just go something crazy, yeah, like
every time we've seen the 10 let me play, he doesn't really like BKB.
Actually, what do you think about Lincoln Sphere?
Against MYM?
lift. That's all of their single target initiation.
Yeah, but they also have Nature's Prophet
Chin.
and Telekinesis and Fade Bolt, which all proc Lincolns. I don't know.
The double chin.
It's okay. You just have to position yourself really well to stay out of range of the other abilities. Bone 7, though, yeah, he finds mini cogs. Actually going to throw him out. Exist forces him, but Bone still gets the kill with the battery assault. Moonlight Shadow's there. Here comes the Saw. They want to try to continue fighting this. Sing is picking his way in from top as well.
Long arrow.
He has blink.
He has blink online. It's going to be perfect. A little bit off here, but the Riptide does cancel the blink. Exists. Now getting focused. Starstorm not getting a double proc. Sing's game leaps a magic missile. Nicely done on the back line. Pops the blame, no, there's no to slow things down. Here comes Envy, one race to clean things up. On the back line, the Batrider and the Venge now doing some work. Sing Sing has fallen. Envy is trying to, well, not going to find anybody. He needs to get out of there. He does not have the mobile items like Blink Dagger. Crystal Maiden, there's a swap on the back line. Envy, Magic Missile. Centaur 1, Centaur 2, they're chain stunning Envy. Envy's going to get brought down the back line. Exists, still doing a lot of work. Pilot Eye trying to, he does have a lot of Magic Stick charge. He should be okay. Aoi does have 15 charge as well. He gets brought down. This Vengeful Spirit.
Ripping them apart.
How many Magic Missiles did she cast in this entire team fight? Like 4?
Probably like 4 or 5 at least. It's a 10-second cooldown, and they were fighting for quite a
I
while.
think he uses magic.
For the love of God, buy a BKB. Okay, he's got the items. Thank God. I think after that death, he finally said, "Okay, fine."
Or someone on his
one.
team was like, "Fuck, we'll buy a BKB."
Yeah, I really see no reason why you would even get a Midas, because if you had to be. Seven already has the the Blade Mail pop or cogs, but he doesn't actually catch anyone. Just an Earth Sweep or a Hellbear Smasher, I guess. Not want to be yeah, tomato. I hate tomatoes, man.
Those are really good.
And Dota. Dota?
They're really big.
This just dies.
2 o'clock though, going in.
What a snipe. What a snipe. The haste rune sitting there was worth it, you know?
It's like when someone offers you a drink and like drops it on the floor. Hey.
Well, Necrobook 2 is out.
And
I think we're approaching dangerous territory for Cloud9. If they lose one more fight, should I extend?
but then
Like, what's feeling with them?
then you have the problem where like they respawn pretty quickly and they have so much.
Swap onto Sing. That's level 2 swap. Really high range. Still. Just lets himself go down. Exist also finds Pilot Die with a lasso. Pulled in tower range. And Unicorn, how does he get every single kill?
Does
like the guy
anybody have
have 10
Unicorn
and 1.
on the Fantasy League?
Every single kill he gets.
I think Bruno has unicorn.
It's actually unbelievable. So, yeah, Bruno does have Unicorn. He
And
is
I am
owning.
fucked.
He's been involved in 14 of 16 of MYM's kills. So I was saying, like, he needed to be active. Guy's been active.
So, you know, when you say Venge have low range, he needs to be in the fight. So far, I don't think that swap has been used in a very ineffective way. It's like actually as a initiating. And because Cloud9 has such low levels, the Venge is never really in deep trouble.
Yeah.
Growth 3.
The thing about his item build, too, is he's got Aquila, you know, he has a couple of stats, and then Book 3 on top of that. He's still 1,400 HP. That's nothing to shake a stick at, especially if you're Cloud9 right now.
He's got more HP than any other member of Cloud9, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is actually a very interesting way to look at it. Going on
middle lane.
Yep.
Oh, arrow right in the face.
CMO for show.
Kill secure ulti, I guess?
Does CMO give you vision?
Nope. This really wants that lasso. Flame break forward to try to knock Sing back.
Grease him.
Still has his ulti if he wants to pop it, and unfortunately Exist does not have detection, so he'll be just fine.
Pie's coming around there. Gotta be careful.
Laser hammer coming out from the clockwork here.
They know they're pinging out Pie if Necrobook gets activated. Pie, drop a Nova, show
Despite
who's
Nova.
false. I just want to say, if you offensive swap with Venge and then pop your Necrobook to let C9 deal with that, and then you just wreck on whoever you swap. I mean, I'm not sure if Cloud9 could deal with Necrobooks right now.
Oh, they get annihilated.
Like, no one really has the health for it, unfortunately. But BKB is now done on Envy, so that's a big thing. Oh, quick shot, bottom lane. We're going to find out Mini stuck inside of these cogs, and
He sends the Furball back.
Yeah, he's like,
go home, little
I like
baby.
that.
They even met the Satyr.
Trying to juke.
He has that life regen. He's gonna live.
He even traps it with his illusions. How rude. Oh,
Oh my god,
got
I
the
was
last
like,
hit.
oh, he's gonna miss the last hit.
Well as MYM have been playing this, I still feel like their lineup is inherently at a disadvantage. Just because, you know, they don't have any way of really taking it super late.
They're not farming. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 20 minutes in, let's be fair. But Arrow coming onto Exist after the Frostbite, and that is a very, very sad Batrider. But stuff like that hurts MYM so much more than it hurts Cloud9. Because every single time Cloud9 get into an engagement, even if they go 2 for 3, they're still farming after the fact. Envy right now is at 158 CS. He's the highest in the game still by near double. And no one... The fact that he has a BKB, he's going to get lifted. Hold into the tower.
He should be fine.
Yeah, but he still has BKB too. They could have just turned that around. They're going to sprout him. He's going to be forced to BKB perhaps. But no, Aoi uses the song instead. Here comes the Requiem. Requiem right on top. It's 2 of them for almost all of their HP. The swap actually gave him a double hit on the Raze. Ace is going to go down to the final Raze. Now Unicorn stuck inside of the net. Ending will eventually drop due to the Necro Crease. And the Aegis is going to be bringing back the Unicorn here in just a second. That was blocked
on the back line. It's going to be on the Unicorn. Unicorn in trouble. Well, Arrow gets blocked by the Necrobook, but they're going to try to burst him down. Both seven's quite low. Mini on the run to earn. Drop him down as well. Cloud9. Again, whenever they win a fight like this, it hurts much more on MYM, and they're going to get a tier 2.
It's crazy. The block with the Necrobook. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but it was beautiful.
I think he just right-clicked his book on Bone 7, and it just happened to block the arrow. I mean, if he did it on purpose, props. You know, good stuff. But I think he was kind of just targeting it. So they killed Envy again. He's died quite a few times this game. I think he just needs like lifesteal, honestly. I don't really feel he needs a damage item because his team already does so much damage on their own. Like you have Crystal Maiden ulti, that's level 2 Crystal Maiden ulti, by the way. Bone 7 is going for Mjolnir, which is going to have really soon. And a lot of their team's damage isn't necessarily based around right click so much as it's just ability use.
There it goes.
This wouldn't be too bad for him because when you BKB and you have lifesteal, it's like twice as hard to kill the hero. Oh, bottom. Looks like Aoi's going to be in some trouble here. They're going to find the real one quite easily. Mecha's popped, but he's not making it.
From the tomato.
From Exist.
Isn't it? When you play Batrider, it's your job to make the fights happen. Like.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, he's doing quite a good job finding the
I mean, Exist hasn't played a bad game at all. He got a kill solo on Envy after getting zoned out of the first creep wave, which is really hard to do against an SF.
Oh, that's more the SF's fault.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was on Envy because he let himself get 9 stacks, but still.
I think when you get a kill at any stage, it's usually a bit on both sides. So.
Yeah, it's usually a mistake. It's realizing the mistake was made. It's a good point, man. It's a good point. But MYM get the safe lane tier 1. Now they're pushing into the tier 2.
I don't think this could be stopped. Like, if Cloud9 tries to stop this, I guess they could clock in Kogan and have Song back up, but there's just too much stuff on that tower.
They're trading, though. Like, I think they're really happy with the trade. Like.
I don't know, man. That's a giant push. Yeah. I think MYM kind of have to go for this.
I mean, Cloud9 needs to TP back right raise this wave, because unlike that bot game, he wasn't dealing with the Batrider.
Smoked outside of the base. Exist is sitting way down in the bottom. He's looking for a lasso. If he could get pretty much in.
Oh, they have Song back. No, they do not have Song back up. Yeah.
Here we go.
Wait forward. Yeah, they're going to pull Envy out of the base. BKB was not popped. 1-7 goes in right on top of Unicorn. The Moonlight Shadow's also there. Exist goes down. Envy pops the BKB, gets the Requiem. It's 2 for 0 right now in favor of Cloud9. Ace drops as well. Bone 7 is on the Godlike. Crit manages to TP away, but they're continuing to chase on Mini. And Mini is not making it out.
I love the sentry word.
He's like, panic!
Just do something useful.
He was lassoed, and was there just no focus?
Man of evasion.
When Bone 7 hooked in, I think his cog actually hit like
everybody?
2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And he hit on Unicorn as well, which means that he couldn't swap or stun. He died without swapping. So, I mean, it was a really, really good counter initiation by Bone.
Yeah, and Bone is really carrying this game right now. Good thing that we featured him.
Yeah.
0-6, 0-3 today.
I mean, we flamed him.
Yeah, 9-0-7.
He heard the flame, man.
Yeah.
He is like the exact opposite of what happened yesterday, if you look at it in terms of score.
He's 9.
Blade Mail and Mjolnir proc on him, like, he actually does more damage than anything else. I guess Requiem does a little bit more.
And no BKBs up on the dart. They just can't attack him. Like.
I mean, yeah. That's another really important point, too. Like, the last pick CM, oftentimes it would be seen as a little bit weird because teams just have a tendency to go for BKBs on some heroes. But MYM doesn't really have a single BB carrier except for maybe Unicorn. I mean, he bought Ogre Club, so I'm assuming that's going to be what he's going for.
Yeah.
But just in general, they are not really prone to buying Magic Community.
As well, but I just don't think he's going to find that level of farm.
Sometimes you see one nature buff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, NP is a little bit...
Going like just BKB straight up, TP in the back line, start right click.
I don't think that works against a team like Cloud9 though.
No, they right click you much faster.
Yeah.
is a really good choice. Like, the BKB Butterfly combo is so unbelievably strong because one item pretty much completely negates magic damage, and then the other item makes it so you're really hard to right-click.
I kind of thought about this before. Do you think you should cancel it? BKB should cancel the butterfly.
What? No.
Because you know where it goes, it's cancelled by...
Yeah, but the Ghost Scepter actually makes you unable... A bit different.
Okay.
Because it's having a chance to evade an attack, and you just can't hit me.
It's about magic, though.
Don't
like
nerf butterfly
But
no
apparently
more.
you can E-Blade and BKB.
Really?
Yeah, I think. At least, you know, you used to be able to do that for sure. I don't know if you can still do it, but I know for a fact you could before. Thing when you could with a Scepter, but you could use a regular TP. There was some weird interaction with the two of them.
Alright, Cloud9 expecting the Roshan to be happening. A big smoke, it's gonna wrap around the Roshan pit. The first person they can run into is Exists Night Vision and Blink Dagger if he acts as Firefly. Exists in a very good spot. He's going to cancel the smoke. Moonlight Shadow is going to be used, and they're going to do yet another wraparound.
Oh, they see him.
Yeah. Flying Vision.
Blink, yeah, but 4 steps away.
Hook! Oh my god, Bone 7! Magical stuff. He's going to get himself out there. The arrow's going to miss. And Bone 7, the lightning procs are actually doing damage. Shit. My god. Here comes Eternal Envy, the song. And my god, this is going to be the biggest Requiem.
That was filthy. Yeah, this is probably GG, I would imagine. From that.
It's a whooping.
That is a whooping. That is like a straight up, okay, it just got real bad.
Bad Rider survived, did he? Or did he buy back?
I think...
He
lived. Yeah, he lived. He got mech'd and he was like, peace, I'm out of here. I'm not helping you guys, you're crazy.
I mean, there's actually just no answer for MYM. If you time perfectly on a song Requiem, what can you do about that?
Not a lot. You can still try to blink away, but the thing is, I think if you cancel the song perfectly, the souls are like in the hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like...
Fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not your soul, it's somebody else's soul that he took, and now throwing it at you.
I don't think it'd hurt, to be honest. It just kind of go through you.
Maybe. I've never had that experience before personally, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you had it yesterday.
Yeah, I had it yesterday. I'm inexperienced.
Oh, okay. You've had souls pass through you before?
Yeah.
What's it like, man?
Weird.
I think that's good enough. Yeah, weird.
So Shadow Fiend just weird you out? That how? Like,
Yeah, it just chills my spine.
Okay.
He's probably one of my favorite heroes, though.
How much damage?
He lost a lot of swagger going from Warcraft 3.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
But it's kind of, he's more confident to this one.
I don't know, man. Have you ever seen
Yeah, he's
the
pretty
Shadow
awesome.
Fiend? I wish he was more like Warcraft 3's. I mean, obviously
one of the
he can't
few
be.
things in Dota 1 that's much better in Dota 2.
Yeah.
Do you know how much damage Shadow Fiend ult does if like you hit the full proc on the middle?
1600, isn't it?
It's a lot.
Something ridiculous.
I think I've taken like 1200 damage from Warcraft before.
The Aegis! Oh my god! AI is
Aegis
gonna
on the
just
ground.
walk in. Yeah, he's gonna take
Oh.
it. He has to take it. The song was running out.
God.
Boom. Well, the swap is right there. A unicorn. He's got to do it right.
Still song.
Okay, but he can beat
died
that.
instantly. Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised at that at all. That is probably one of the most demoralizing things I've ever seen.
They
Song
started off
into-
so well.
Aegis on deck.
Yep.
That's like ending on a not great note. If you're MYM, it's like, man. I mean, they really got a lot done.